top crypto to buy in June 2024. Today is a very red day. And if you know me, I'm not wearing my red shirt today, but I love red. I love dips. We have the FOMC meeting taking place, CPI data report being released in a couple of weeks. We have some dips, some people that expect a dip anyway. And if you're trying to prepare for the summer, which is crazy to think that we're already pretty much in the summer, I still remember back in 2022, the real red summer when Bitcoin was 15.5K, Ethereum $900, and crazy, crazy discounts. But that being said, there's going to be a lot of people from this time till fall where they just don't take measures to buy crypto because they're going on vacations, they're going to the bars. So just like the last couple of years, I've been investing in the summer as well, last couple of years. The more you take advantage of these discounts and you make moves, the better off you're going to be when we see the altcoins rip and the inedible altcoin season, which will take place sooner than later. So this is not a scripted video. I don't know how many crypto I'm going to go over, but I'm going to give you guys literally go down my watch list and tell you cryptos to look into. Obviously not financial advice. I'm going to try to make different videos. I'm going to do one for meme coins because those are popular. We have to do it. One for we'll try different narratives, different niches. We'll see how it goes. But this is a very generic one. So before I get the bro, you forgot about this. What about this? What about this? I can't believe you forgot this. Can only do so much in one video. Okay. So let's kick it off. Number one, Caspa. Let's pull up the coin market cap. So Caspa is coming out with KRC20 smart contracts this month in June coming up. So that's a big catalyst now because with smart contracts, developers can now migrate to Caspa, which, by the way, they're going to Rust. And Rust is a very popular programming language. A lot of developers love it, hence why Solana is very popular. If developers are happy with using a programming language, they're going to naturally want to use it. In Caspa, it's still very early in terms of, the comparisons of other layer ones like Avalanche, Cardano, Ethereum, Solana. So when it comes to smart contracts now, that means an ecosystem expansion. And when you think of that, people are talking about meme coins. I think it's called Castor or Casplex, something like that. So smart contracts is big. And if you remember the last cycle when Cardano got smart contracts in September of 2021, it went to $3.10. And Cardano is a 45 billion coin cap. Caspa is 28.7, a little, more than half of the supply. So Caspa could very well rip. Now, Caspa, a lot of people are confused in these little dips here, saying, oh, it's dead, even though 23% is not hardly a dead coin. And then when you click the year chart, it's up, almost 1,000%. This is a very healthy chart. And the reason why you barely see it dump the way people exaggerate it to be is because it's fair launch. It's fair launch, no VCs behind it, no team holding it. There is a team, but no one's holding any of the supply. No pre-mine. There was no pre-mine like Ethereum. Ethereum had a pre-mine ICO, which is why Ethereum was in question of being a security as of recent, although there's too many big players involved with Ethereum, so they'll never announce it. Personally, I think when Ethereum was proof of work, it wasn't, but proof of stake, you could argue and say it probably is. It would pass the Howey test, but who knows? I'm actually glad they're calling Ethereum a commodity, though, because all the tokens that they're in are going to be, safe, in my opinion. But that being said, now Caspa, it's proof of work. Its fundamentals are very similar to Bitcoin. And in terms of where I see it priced this cycle, we're going to keep this video somewhat on the short end and not be describing every crypto, so it's not 45 minutes long. Where I see it going is anywhere from $1 to $3 this cycle. 1 to 2 is very conservative, is where I, could see it going. $3 if every exchange lists it. Coinbase, Binance, like we see a blow off top. I still think in the worst case, it could reach $1. And even $1 from here is over a 5, 6, 7x roughly. So it's a very good gain from here. It's a very safe crypto, hence why Caspa is a main hedge in my portfolio. And I think over time, we're going to just see it keep appreciating in value, regardless of how long it takes. Let's move on to number 2, which is Art Block. Art Block has been dipping. Again, like the majority of cryptos, you want to buy these cryptos when they're dipping. It's a very versatile Web3. It's in DID. It's a 400 million market cap. They're marketing. There's rumors it might be on Binance soon. Robert Mal released their agent app. Like, they're literally like expanding by the day. Robert Mal is one of the most proactive, influential, and genuine CEOs I've ever seen in the space. Art Block is going to be a monster. I see its price going from anywhere from $50 to $80. I think Art Block's going to be massive. A lot of people think it might even reach $100+ this cycle, which, listen, if it does, that's a freaking remarkable gain. But Art Block, to me, it's a mainnet layer one. It's scarce. Their ecosystem relies on the token. You have to use the token to build in this, Web3 space. If you want to use DID wallet, they have a lot of core products that I believe are going to be used and mass adopted in the future. Also, the guy who's backing it, Eng Fang, also backed Ethereum by Tyler Peterson. So this guy is also backing Robert Mal's project. So I'm very bullish on it. I think now in marketing, we're seeing Art Block reach higher lows. I mean, you check the chart here, it's been literally forming higher highs and higher lows. And I think that'll be the continuous future, especially this cycle for ABT Art Block. Moving on, number 3, LCX. This is in the DeFi space, RWA space. Monty Metzger wrote the book on blockchain banking and also tokenization of assets. So there's one guy that's going to be involved in RWA and banking, especially DeFi. It's Monty Metzger. It's a 208 million market cap. That is it. Full dilution is 250 million. It is still very early into this play. The chart is, again, it's scaling nicely, like Caspa, like Art Block. It's a centralized exchange token. It's scarce, 950 million supply. They have a lot of connections, especially to a lot of banks. They're tokenizing diamonds already. It's called diamonds. They're tokenizing bonds. Trillions of dollars of assets is the goal. And when you think of a future with that behind it, it's hard to imagine a crypto like LCX only a 250 million market cap. This thing's going to blow up. I think it's going to outpace other exchange tokens like Crypto.com, KuCoin. It's, again, there's a lot going for it. A lot of people, can't access it yet. There's very few holders still for LCX because the only big exchange it's on is Coinbase. But in my opinion, I think it's going to scale very nicely. The all-time high was 68 cents. It's not that far down now. And in terms of where I see its price this bull cycle, I say anywhere from $3 to $5 conservatively, but upwards of $10 if we see a blow off top. Next up, we got Penguin PNG, also another discount. It's a DEX play for Avalanche, Hedera, Flare, Songbird, and Evmos. It's a 230 million coin cap, fully diluted. It's only 100, give or take, million market cap. That is pretty much it. It's a very low entry to get in. We got in at 8 cents, and it's been holding, pretty damn strong, although now it broke down this 50-cent range. People are concerned, but the thing is this, right? The whole market's red, the whole market's dipping, and DEXs aren't the most popular, interesting cryptos, but they do well in the bull cycle. We've seen it time and time again with cryptos like Uniswap, PancakeSwap. So Penguin, the huge draw to me, why I decided to roll the dice with it, is because they're catering to very interesting ecosystems, especially Avalanche and Hedera. Hedera is in growth mode. They're doing very well. They lead the entire ledger space for transactional volume. They're trying to cater to enterprise, clients, which is very big. And Penguin's going to be the main DEX to get tokens as well for HBAR, for Hedera's ecosystem. And then Avalanche is trying to be the big hitter for gaming. And if you want exposure to these ecosystems without actually buying AVAX or HBAR, what's the alternative? Penguin PNG, not to mention Flare is an up-and-coming layer one as well, and Songbird and Emos are 2 other ecosystems. So Penguin PNG, it has amazing tokenomics, scarce supply, good utility and multi-chain DEX, a good team, they're very proactive, and the chart speaks for itself. And in terms of where I see it this cycle, I see it going from anywhere to $10 to $30 this cycle. If it gets anywhere close to Uniswap's market cap last cycle or current market cap now, it's going to ride. A $5 price tag for Penguin is just over a 1 billion supply. And it's nothing for a DEX, not to mention a multi-chain DEX on this scale. So definitely take a look at PNG and add to your watch list. Next up, we got Forta. This is what I like to call the police crypto. I'm noticing other YouTubers also give it the same name. I guess they watch my videos, whatever. It's cool. But Forta is in the Web3 space. It's tracking down bad actors, and it's already saved numerous companies in doing so. They have it advertised on their page, their website. It is one of the most well-done websites I've ever seen. They're backed by Coinbase and 14 other venture capitalists. It is backed by heavy hitters, first bull cycle for it, and it has solid utility. And it's hard to imagine a future with Florida where it's not being used to a high extent. It's already saving companies from hundreds of millions of dollars. Tracking down the bad actors, stopping hacks from taking place. This is something that I see being used in every business going forward, because when you think of the mass adoption of crypto, unfortunately, you're going to see bad actors as well try to infiltrate and take advantage of some of these companies. So when you have clients being involved, when you have different things going on the blockchain and stuff like that, you need a crypto like Florida to protect these companies, protect consumers. So I see it being a necessity crypto down the road. Hence why I'm not surprised that Coinbase backed it and 15 or 14 other BCs backed it. It's a 1 billion supply, similar tokenomics to LCX. The top wallet only holds 3% of the supply, so it's very decentralized in the holdings. First bull cycle, and again, it's only 110 million market cap. The full dilution is less than 300 million. So this is a early crypto, and one that I believe is fresh, that is important, and has a very good resume to start, which I believe is going to push it down the road to around $2 to $5 a cycle. The all-time low was 8 cents. And talking about a crypto, it's only a 3x up from the all-time low. Definitely a great entry, and one I think you should be looking at for the month of June. Moving on, we got Goldfinch Protocol, GFI, a great dip, a DeFi RWA space lending protocol. They recently moved to Base, which is pretty damn bullish. It's also backed by Coinbase. It's a 114 million total supply, a very scarce asset. It's sub 400 million market cap. If you notice, a lot of these cryptos we're covering are sub-billion market caps, and they have strong utility, strong connections, strong back, and a lot of these cryptos will be multi-billions in market cap this cycle. GFI, despite some FUD it had recently with a few default payments, still doing very good. This is still a very healthy chart, backed by Coinbase, backed by BlackRock. One of their managing directors of BlackRock is on the lead advisor board for Goldfinch Protocol. Is huge. If BlackRock is backing a project, that is not a small project. And Goldfinch, whether you believe in DeFi or not, it's going to be a part of crypto. And also RWA, real world assets. Although I'm not the biggest fan of lending protocols because I don't believe in leverage and stuff like that, I understand they have a place. People are going to use them whether you like it or not. It's going to happen whether you believe it or not. And Goldfinch Protocol right now, even though it has competition, the backers are very strong. The tokenomics are pretty damn good, although the circulating supply tends to be wrong on CMC. It's actually around 70%, so it's a little more diluted than CoinMarketCap reveals. But again, this is a crypto that I think is going to rocket ship in the near future. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to around $50 this bull cycle. It is very possible, has strong connections, and DeFi and RWA is a very hot, trending, and strong niche for this cycle. Next up, we got MAP, which is backed by Binance. It's a Web3 multi-chain wallet, also a dApp platform, has great tokenomics. The team tends to burn the supply pretty damn often, which the supply is only 200 million total supply. It's pretty scarce. They had a recent burn, I believe, a couple months ago. They had one in January. They had one last year. Web3 to me, again, is the future. I like DeFi. I can't see a future where people are not using Web3 wallets. They cater to 63 chains, so it's a very broad multi-chain wallet. And it's only priced at 37 cents. The 1-year chart looks pretty damn good. And if you check the dip that's forming right now, this is probably going to be one of the best entries you're ever going to get for MAV token if you've been looking at it. It's a 43 million market cap. Full dilution is only 75 million. This token is easily a multi-billion-dollar market cap. And again, just similar to PNG, $5 is a 1 billion market cap. It's also over a 10x from this point. So just getting to a 1 to 2 billion market cap is a very good ROI at this point. I noticed the sentiment for math is changing. People are getting more bearish. That is the time when I personally like to buy. And I think with the tokenomic structure, the utility, the Binance backing, and being a multi-chain wallet, with a good business model, it's hard to not be bullish on this token. Hence why I believe for June 2024, should definitely be on your watch list. In terms of where I see its price, I think around $8 to $10 is definitely a good price target for this crypto. I have no idea how many cryptos we covered so far, but let's just keep it going. Next up, we got a high risk, high reward one. This one's called Cryptex Finance. It's in DeFi. They recently partnered with Chainlink. They had like a similar to an AMA in Dubai. The founder, Joseph Stico, envisioned a future of tracking the total market cap of crypto, similar to the S&P 500. Think of it as an ETF. CTX, which is on Coinbase and on Gemini, it's what I like to call an expensive token. A lot of people tend to look at it and not realize it's a 26, 27 million market cap crypto or 45 FDV. They tend to see the price and go, oh, it's too expensive. It's around $5. Why should I buy it? But this is the thing. Their TCAP token, which, by the way, is not a separate token. It's what they use to track the market. It depends how much you believe in DeFi and tracking the markets, ETFs. So Cryptex Finance, that recent partnership with Chainlink was definitely no small partnership. It's also a very scarce asset, only 10 million total supply. They have 60% in circulation. So every single dollar it burns is only a 10 million increase in market cap. This thing could burn through dollars very quick. And in terms of getting to a 1 billion market cap, we get to a $100 price tag. $100 is a 1 billion market cap, which is around a 20-25x from here. In my opinion, it is definitely doable. I would say $80 to $100 to put it in a broad range. But again, this is a crypto that I believe is a sleeping giant for this month of June 2024. Next up, we have another DEX, Aerodrome, which is a DEX for Base. Very easy to understand why I'm bullish. It's backed by Coinbase. Base is a new layer 2 for Ethereum. They got a lot of meme coins coming out, gaming. A lot is happening for Base. The TVL for Base is increasing by the day. Aerodrome Finance got a lot of fun recently because people just found out after the fact that it was inflationary. It's still only just over a billion supply. It is inflationary, but when you compare it to cryptos like Polkadot, Cosmos, Solana, and many other inflationary coins, it's really no different. And the inflation is not that large. People are just exaggerating. They want to FUD it. We got in 14 cents. It went to a $2.38 price tag before cooling off. And right now, it's $1.19. It's a lot cheaper than it used to be. It's just over a 1.2 billion market cap, full dilution, which is a little bit larger than some of these other cryptos on our list today. But I see Aerodrome going to $15 to $30 minimum this cycle, which would be a nice 15-30x gain from here. Again, Aerodrome Finance to me doesn't have too much competition with it. I think layer 2s are just bullish for Ethereum. And if you want exposure to Base without buying any Base tokens, I think their DEX, which people are going to migrate to buy some of these new projects, will be used to a high extent, and the price will be inflated as a result. So Aerodrome Finance to me, definitely worth looking into for the month of June 2024. Next up is the sister. I'm not holding full disclosure right now, but it is a pretty good crypto. It's Velodrome Finance. It is the V1 version of Aerodrome. Aerodrome actually forked from Velodrome Finance. Make sure you have the right ticker. There's two Velos, but Velodrome Finance is the name. It's a DEX for optimism, another layer 2 for Ethereum. Although optimism is not as bullish as Base, it also is having its first bull cycle. The TVL is increasing. This is the main DEX for them. They have a fixed supply, unlike Aerodrome. They only have like 40-41% in circulation, but that 1.6, 1.7 full dilution is a sigh of relief for the majority of investors who want a fixed supply. It's only a 100 million market cap right now. Full dilution is 250 million. It can easily burn through dollars. It's only 15 cents right now. I see Velodrome Finance getting anywhere from $2 to $5 this bull cycle, which would be a pretty damn good gain from here. Next up, we got Bittensor AI, or some people like to say the Bitcoin of AI. It is not Bitcoin, but it's a fair launch AI crypto with Bitcoin's tokenomics. Okay, it's only 21 million supply. This is one of the safer AI cryptos, in my opinion. They're only going to have, I think, less than 10 million supply by the time this cycle even finishes. So it can easily become a 4-figure coin, which I do believe will happen. I see Bittensor AI getting to around 5K this bull cycle, which is over a 10x from here. The 1 year chart is one of the most beautiful charts I've ever seen. It's a very strong chart. There's no VCs behind it. It does have a founder that's Docs, which is different from Bitcoin, but it's different than Bitcoin, okay? Let's stop calling it the Bitcoin AI version. Let's look at it for what it is, a strong AI blue chip crypto. This is not a low cap 1000x play. It is a little bit larger. It is a good hedge in my opinion. It's one of my hedges. It's a fully diluted, let's see what the market cap is, full diluted 8 billion. But again, they have a lot of time before they fully dilute this supply. So this market cap currently of 2.7 billion is a more realistic indicator of where it can go this cycle. But Tensor there's not many cryptos in the AI sector, which I believe is very hot and trendy and will be hot and trendy this cycle. There's not many cryptos that can give it a run for its money. Okay, it has pretty much no competition. And the ties to Bitcoin, although people are going to debate this, that is a very strong indicator because retail will come in and be like, well, if I can't buy Bitcoin, it's too expensive, I'm going to buy the AI version of it. And whether you think that's stupid or not, retail tends to make not the smartest decisions coming in, especially beginners, and potential Tau is going to get a lot of exposure. It also has the catalyst of being listed on Coinbase someday. The current discount of $400 is a great discount and definitely worth looking into for this crypto for this month. And the last one, which is probably going to be a little controversial on this list, is Quant. I know Quant has been pretty much a stablecoin the past 2 years, but at $90, 1.1 billion, less than 15 million total supply, I think now, while the interest is low and the sentiment is very bearish, it is the time to be looking at Quant QNT, especially if you've been waiting for a while to buy it below $100. Its utility is strong, connections are strong, the interest for ISO coins is diminishing, but to me, it's one of those set it, forget it, please. I bought this thing as low as $40 in a bear cycle in 2022 and as high as like $120, give or take. Quant to me is a long-term play. I still think it can hit around $1,000 this cycle. I used to say around $1,500, $2,000, but now my price prediction went down just a little bit. I still think at the least it can hit a 10x in here, which is around $900 to $1,200. It is the strongest ISO crypto in my opinion. I know the narrative is not the most interesting. Again, this is going to be a controversial take, but I am still very bullish on Quant QNT. I still think with supply and demand, with Gilbert Verdian at the helm, the recent connections, especially the ones to many different banks in the Bank of England, I think they will have their run in due time. I think this period of consolidation, although looks pretty bearish in majority of investors who will hold in Quant for a number of years, I think at some point the ship will turn around, will sail again. And when that happens, I do expect some FOMO or fear of missing out taking place for Quant. And especially for June 2024, if this price dips into the 80s, which is definitely possible, it's almost there now, I think that is a great dip to accumulate Quant QNT, especially at a cheap price that I feel will not be the case in the years to come. I don't know how many crypto we have on this list, but this is just the list that I think you guys should be looking into for the June 2024. Obviously, don't just come in here and go, okay, I'm going to buy every single crypto you talked about. This is me giving you a bunch of options to choose from, whether it's one of these, two of these, three of these, none of these. It is completely up to you. Make sure you research these cryptos. If you want to, join Patreon and Discord, see my buy alerts, see my sell alerts, see my portfolio, join the conference calls. We're going to be doing a course on exit plans. I'm releasing it tomorrow. If you want to be the next investor to be financially free and join over 30 people who have made 6 to 7 figures already, and I encourage you to join Patreon on Discord. I'll leave a link in the pinned comments down below. But anyways, now I want to hear from you. Are you holding any cryptos from this list? And if so, which one of these right now are you most bullish on for this cycle? Drop your comment down below and let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Really helps so much. That being said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.